Tonight on the debut of the Cox 4 Training Camp Show, fall camp opens for LSU. We'll head to West Virginia to take a look back at the black and gold scrimmage where Brandon was cooking. In Thibodaux,
and I got Purple Right 62 Mayday X Post.
It's all access with the Nicholls State Colonels. All of that plus high school football too. Ready or not, football season has officially arrived.
The Cox 4 Training Camp Show.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the debut of the Cox 4 Training Camp Show. I'm Eric Ritchie, and so pleased that you're with us tonight as we broadcast on Cox 4 in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette. We'll do so through the entire month of August at this time, each and every night, Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Sure, we're going to cover the Saints, what we all love, the LSU Tigers, Tulane, UL Lafayette. We're going to be at all three schools and try to give you reports on all three of those teams each night right here in the Cox 4 Training Camp Show. We'll throw in high schools as well that's relevant to you, the football fan of South Louisiana. We kick it off with the LSU Tigers, who opened up camp with two sessions, a morning and an afternoon practice, splitting up the freshmen, splitting up the quarterbacks, as well as year number 10 of the Les Miles era is underway. LSU's first of two practices kicked off at 9:30 this morning with gauntlet drills, some of the quarterbacks, some of the highly touted freshmen, but all of the expectations to make this season a success.
Excitement and confidence. And ready to get out there, relentless effort, ready to have fun and ready to play football.
The best part is just getting out there and just doing it all again, playing football. That's the best feeling. We've been waiting so long, and we finally get to go back out there and start playing again.
The term highly anticipated hardly describes Leonard Fournette's arrival on campus. And in the afternoon practice, sporting the number 7 jersey, Fournette made his LSU debut. In keeping with policy, the freshman wasn't made available to the media, but his teammates had plenty to say.
Oh, Leonard's a great guy. He's real, nice guy. You can't tell he's a 5-star. He's a good guy, down to earth, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on the practice field. He's a competitive guy. He's gonna go out there and compete, and in the defense we're gonna give him our best, and make him better, and he'll make us better.
Everybody's just been saying how they just want to see him out there and try to put a lick on him just to see what it's like. But yeah, I'm going to the practice this afternoon to just check him out, see what he's like.
It was back at SEC Media Days that Terrence McGee really gave Fournette the props when he said by the time Fournette leaves LSU, he'll do so as one of the greatest players to ever wear a Tigers uniform. Well, it just so happened on Sunday night, some pretty important people felt very highly of McGee himself, honoring him with the coveted 18 jersey. Here's how Terrence McGee found out he'd be wearing 18 this season.
I was sitting in the seat as Coach Miles, began to go into his speech about the number 18, and, I kind of got chills. I didn't expect to get it. I feel like it's a lot of guys that sit on their front row that's very worried they're wearing the number 18. But, when he called my name and presented it to me, it was a very good feeling to know that, the coaches and the rest of the staff thought enough of me to choose me to wear the number 18.
Terrence is a great guy, hard worker. He's been through a lot here. Switching from wide receiver back to running back. He's just a hard-working guy. He never gave up.
I think he definitely deserves it. Terrence has been through a lot in his career here. He does what he's supposed to do, treats everybody with respect. He's a fun guy to be around, guy to learn from, and I think he definitely deserves it. He's one of the hardest working men on the team.
So you hear both Diarse and Welter both echo the same sentiments, that Terrence McGee has already been through a lot in his days at LSU. But as far as McGee himself, how would he put what he's been through already to get to this 18 jersey honor?
When a young guy comes to college, he's trying to find his way when he's coming here and trying to play football. And for me, it took a little longer than most people's do. And, I just had to keep fighting and go through some hardships of having a bunch of guys in front of me from a position change to being moved back to running back, having to fight for a spot again. And, along the way I had some guys to help me, a lot of people praying for me, and, I just had to continue to stay the course. And, you know, it's no different from what any other guy goes through when he comes to college. But, you know, I just want to thank, you know, everybody who thought enough of me to present me with this number and give me an opportunity to do so.
The Cox 4 Training Camp Show is brought to you by Royal Honda, the dealership that's different, and by the Brandner Law Firm, representing clients throughout Louisiana.
Working on an offshore rig or boat can be a dangerous job. Fires, explosions, and collisions are only some of the risks that these workers face every day. I'm Michael Brandner. At our firm, we understand the hardships that injury victims and their families face after an accident. Let us handle your case so we can help guide you on the road to recovery. Call us or visit our website to find out about your legal rights. The Brandner Law Firm, fighting for justice.
For over 4 decades, Aero Fence has provided top quality fencing, gates, and service. Not only specializing in all types of fencing, Aero Fence offers automated gates and controls. With an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, Aero Fence is fully licensed and insured. For a free estimate, log on to our website or call today.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us. Why are you a member?
The Saints Report is brought to you by Royal Honda, the dealership that's different. After almost 48 hours off, it was back to work for the Saints today in West Virginia as training camp continued with the first of what was a late afternoon, early evening practice. Almost everybody got back to work. Drew Brees, again, sat out and watched with that strained left oblique that kept him out of the black and gold scrimmage game. As far as that game itself was concerned, let's take a look back now at some of the highlights of a morning game in West Virginia that people are still talking about. After missing most of OTAs and minicamp because Oregon State was still in class, Brandon Cooks continues to make up time quickly in West Virginia. He was the undisputed offensive star from Saturday's black and gold scrimmage.
Well, he's explosive, and he's a guy that if you can get the ball to him in space, you know, he has a chance to give you some run after the catch, and he did that. So we just got to keep working with him on, you know, a lot of the nuances and the specifics with the passing game, but it was good to see him make a few plays.
And the good thing is I was able to spend time in San Diego with Drew on our little break, so that caught me up right there. So when I came out here, I was a little up to par, and it's just gaining day by day.
As electrifying as Cooks was on offense is about as disruptive as Marcus Ball was on D. This pick six and later a crowd-pleasing sack. Ball part of a deep depth chart at safety.
We're fortunate enough we've got 5 really talented safeties right now on the roster, so we plan on playing them all and because they're really good players.
Another safety, the crown jewel of the Saints' plunge into free agency, Jairus Byrd, returned to the practice field for the first time last Tuesday after his summer was spent recovering from back surgery.
I mean, I just want to be an impact player. I mean, that's what I strive to be, and takeaways are part of that. So whatever being an impact player encompasses, then that's what I want to be, and that's what I pride myself in being.
And as for having Drew Brees limited to spectator status?
I mean, it's weird not having him there. You know, we do a lot of hugging. We make sure he's feeling okay. I've rubbed his obliques a few times. I'm sure that's helped.
The Saints preseason opener is set for Friday at St. Louis in a game that can be seen on Cox Sports Television.
Hey everybody, this is Walter Wild, General Sales Manager with Royal Honda. We've been supporting the black and gold since 1967, and we look forward to a great season in 2014. Go Saints!
In the heart of the French Quarter, the recently renovated Spirits on Bourbon, as seen on Spike TV, is your must-see destination on Bourbon Street, with nightly entertainment featuring our dueling piano show. Sing along and have a great time. Spirits on Bourbon, with our world-famous signature drink, the Resurrection, served in our souvenir blinking skull mug with tons of booze and a jalapeno for extra kick. Or try the Barber Beer. It's not a beer, it's a delicious mixed drink with whipped cream vodka, root beer schnapps, cream soda, and topped with whipped cream. Or if you dare, pay homage to our resident ghost, Edward Dubois, and have a shot in his barber chair. Come hungry. Our great food is served 24 hours a day, Thursday through Monday. Steaks, shrimp beignets, shrimp po' boys, and the best gumbo in the French Quarter. And for souvenirs, visit our website at spiritsonbourbon.com. Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street.
Our daddy works hard for the injured because he cares and wants to help people. If you've been injured, call the Brander Law Firm. Non-attorney spokesperson.
A tremendous amount of life happens in 50 years. During this past half-century, the Royal Automotive family dedicated our time to ensure a positive impact on everyone with whom we've come in contact. Our team, their families, our community, and the customers we serve. Royal is proud to celebrate 50 years in business. A heartfelt thank you goes out to all our customers, past and present. As we begin another 50 years, Royal Honda will continue to earn the phrase, the dealership that's different.
For over 4 decades, Aero Fence has provided top-quality fencing, gates, and service. Not only specializing in all types of fencing, Aero Fence offers automated gates and controls. With an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, Aero Fence is fully licensed and insured. For a free estimate, log on to our website or call today. Welcome back to the Cox 4 Training Camp Show. I'm Eric Ritchie. While most of the college teams in the country opened up fall camp today, Nicholls State got a head start and actually opened up on Friday. Each night on the All Access Pass, we'll go to a team, put the mic on the coach, go behind the scenes a little bit, if you will, find out more about a program, a coach, a player, and this week we do it with the Nicholls State Colonels.
Ready, stretch! Yeah! We've got 95 guys here. It's very competitive.
Ready, stretch! There you go, reach on up, reach on up.
We've got a little bit more depth, it looks like, and a lot more talent. I'm talking about to really ensure that there's competition for position, so everybody's got to have their A game when they're out here.
Go. This way. Finish.
Individually, you know, the running back group, we hit the ground running for sure, so it was definitely left on a good note for the first day. We looked real good as a unit. We had a lot of new guys in, and a lot of us veterans really took control of everything and like set the tone, and the new guys just jumped right in and followed that.
I don't feel like you really want to play in here with the big boys.
Oh, it was great.
Get off, quick. Good job, good job.
Getting back with the guys, just going over plays, making plays, knowing you could have made plays and getting the opportunity to make those plays again, it's just great.
Well, I coached the quarterback. Right, 62 Mayday. I got Eagle Left Race 15, and I got Purple Right 62 Mayday X Post. You know, I care about the defense and special teams, but I really, my assignment really would be to coordinate the offense and coach the quarterbacks here. 3 steps to your left.
Set, hut.
Again, get it up a little faster, Dash. Okay, good ball, good ball.
Put on some pounds because I did take a little bit of a beating last year, you know, being around like 205. So I tried to get I'm about like 213, 214 right now.
Set, hut.
And also work on my footwork and my hips to try to help my ability to throw the ball. Because, you know, past seasons, you know, that's been my weakness, and I'm trying to make that a strength.
Ready, go. Okay, stop, pit pad. Ready, go. Step over, step back. Ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, stop.
Balls came out crisp, a lot more spirals than in the past. I didn't have too many sloppy balls, but the ones I did, they were high. So, you know, I know what I got to improve on for the rest of fall camp.
That's a good one. That was a good one. That's it right there, okay?
Compete for that starting job, you know, and be able to win it. And then win the starting job and be able to get this team to a conference championship, because I really feel that we can compete for the conference championship.
Let's improve on 3. 1, 2, 3, improve. Well, it's a challenge. I feel like we can be more than competitive in our conference. I mean, just like our motto for this year is the finish.
Now finish! Finish! Finish!
And I felt like we had a very positive start for us last year. You know, we were 4-2. The only 2 losses we had early in the year were to 2 very good teams, which was Oregon and Louisiana Lafayette. And we were 1-0 in the conference. We even defeated an FBS opponent, which was Western Michigan, but then we didn't finish. Some of that was because we didn't have the depth necessary. When we had injuries, we just couldn't overcome it. I feel like that the talent's here, that we can establish more depth to be able to overcome those obstacles. Okay, Rafe, break them. Let's go.
I don't know if y'all know this, but we were picked 9th in the conference this year. Let's go. Hey, how y'all feel about that? I think let's play with a chip on our shoulder this year. Hey, let's go. Conference champs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Conference champs.
I want to thank Charlie Stubbs, the Nicholls State head coach, for allowing us to kind of get behind the scenes, if you will, a little bit with those Nicholls State Colonels who, as you could hear from those players, were not pleased to be picked in the preseason polls in the Southland Conference to finish 9th. As for the Tulane Green Wave, a closed practice today for Curtis Johnson's Green Wave squad. And again, with the construction of a new stadium on campus, they don't mind that they've got to be really road travelers throughout fall camp. They practice today at the Saints facility. Throughout the rest of the weeks, they're going to be practicing at even Newman High School, Gormley Stadium. It doesn't matter as this team gets ready. Coach Johnson said afterwards that he thought from all his years at Tulane so far, this was the best first day of practice. We'll hear from CJ Wednesday night on the Cox Ford Training Camp Show. Time for us to take a break as we go from the college ranks to the high school level. We're back after this.
A tremendous amount of life happens in 50 years. During this past half century, the Royal Automotive family dedicated our time to ensure a positive impact on everyone with whom we've come in contact. Our team, their families, our community, and the customers we serve. Royal is proud to celebrate 50 years in business. A heartfelt thank you goes out to all our customers, past and present. As we begin another 50 years, Royal Honda will continue to earn the phrase, the dealership that's different.
The High School Spotlight is brought to you by the Brandner Law Firm, representing clients throughout Louisiana. It was just last December that Nick Salta-Formaggio was enjoying and celebrating an undefeated season and a state 4A championship with East Jefferson. After the sudden retirement of Lou Valden at Hahnville due to health reasons, the National Coach of the Year by one website, Coach Salt jumped at the chance to get into the river parishes. Our high school spotlight tonight on day 1 of camp on the prep level, the Hahnville Tigers. What an 8 months it's been for Nick Salta-Formaggio, a state championship at the Dome in December, starting a new day 1 camp opening in Hahnville. What has it been like these 8 months, Coach?
It's been great, Eric, to tell you the truth. I'm excited about being a head coach here. And, you know, to be honest with you, I'm very proud of our accomplishment at our old school, but, you know, I don't even wear the ring. I want to get one in purple and gold. So while I think of those memories fondly, it's completely focused now for me personally and our staff on the development of this program and reestablishing the H.
All right, so I'm running the ball. My pad level drops, your pad level drops, and you're through.
It is all about wins at this program, and I remember you looked so fondly and brought your wife out here and kind of convinced her why you were making the move with all the tradition and the wins here at Hahnville. As you look at your roster, you look at your team, and you see the Ricky Prestons and the Brandon Singletons and the skilled players and what we saw in the spring game on the defensive side of the ball. What excites you the most about this Hahnville football team?
Well, to be honest with you, as hard as this is to say, we're under the radar. I mean, we really are. I know the bunch of polls have come out and they rank in the top 50 in the state, and we're 20th. And I keep saying to myself and saying to everybody that will listen, this is Hahnville. You know, and our front end of our schedule is really difficult. I mean, we have Salmon, who's been a perennial state power, followed by Rummel, followed by Walker Landry, followed by Thibodeau, and followed by Destran. And people are like, man, that's a tough front five. And I'm like, this is Hahnville. And that's my message, you know. And I'm hoping those people are saying, oh my gosh, we got Hahnville on our schedule. And that's been our focus. That's what we're trying to recreate here.
What will be the key for the Tigers to be a success this season early on?
Absolutely, to play a Mike Neal. You know, with the offense we run, it is a quarterback-driven offense. I mean, we have dynamic, skilled players. There's no doubt about it. Like you said, Devontae Craven's a kid whose name doesn't come up, along with Ricky Preston and Brandon Singleton, because those two guys are college commits and college football players. But he's equally as talented. So, you know, we have to be able to rely on our reads, our quarterback reads, throw the ball well, read the option well. And if he can do it, if Mike can do it, we're going to be fine.
Good luck to you. We can't wait to see how it unfolds.
I appreciate it. I hope we're 10-0 next time we're talking.
Thank you, Coach. We stay in the River Parishes for our next nightly segment. Frank Monica has actually been the head coach of 3 of the 8 River Parish teams, leading both Lutcher and St. Charles all the way to a state championship. We call this segment Goal Line to Goal Line. We'll go 100 yards with St. Charles head coach Frank Monica. It's time to go goal line to goal line from the heart of the River Parishes. Eric Ritchie alongside St. Charles Catholic head coach Frank Monica. Let's go. 100 yards to go. It's the beginning of another season for you, coaching almost 4 decades now. What excites you about the beginning of a season, Coach?
Well, I think is that everybody's undefeated. You know, I think that's exciting. And just to see how the new guys flourish and see exactly what carryover you had during the summer and all the weightlifting and all the hours that you put in with the off season up to this point.
Couple years removed from a state championship, it's hard to believe that a little freshman guy stepped in at running back when you lost both Marcus Hall and Lizedra Thompson back in that state championship year. Austin Weber, now going into his 3rd year as your starting quarterback. What leadership you have with number 2?
He's a tremendous competitor, and he kind of keeps things in line for us. And I think he keeps a sense of balance with our offense in terms of running and pass, and he keeps people honest. And more importantly, he's probably the most competitive kid we have on our football team.
The Lewis brothers, both Aaron at running back, Eric at free safety, 2 guys to really watch this year in the River Parishes.
No question. Both those guys, I think, have a future in football in the college level. They're both really, really quick and extremely athletic. And, you know, the only reason Eric is on defense is because his brother's on offense, you know. So, and next year we plan to move him back to the offensive side of the ball. So, and he's good enough to do double duty, but Aaron brings a big dimension to you. He's a home run hitter. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, and his blocking has improved tremendously.
Coach Monica had not 1 but 2 different stints in the collegiate level, coaching at Tulane 2 different times. I know you've been a high school coach for a long time. Over 200 wins. You probably have 3, maybe 400 wins if you'd have been a high school coach that whole time. Do you ever have the itch to possibly go back to that college scene one more time?
Well, you do, but it has to be with the right person, the right situation. It's almost have to be a complete utopia, the whole package, because what you do on that level, you just deal strictly with football and don't have to worry about some of the other things where all the bones are buried.
Last question for you. You have just been named the commissioner of the LHSAA. You get 1 rule change before you're out of office. What's your rule change going to be?
Oh, my rule would be to change the kicking game, to move the hash marks to the 20-yard line where they should be, and also allow us to return the kickoff out of the end zone. And 3rd rule would be allow the quarterbacks to throw the ball out of bounds rather than have intentional grounding just like they do in college and pro level. I think that's a safety factor. Why that's not implemented is beyond me.
Forget the River Parishes. Frank Monica, one of the best coaches in the state of Louisiana. Coach, you open up the first Friday at Southern Lab. It's a tough schedule. We wish you the best. Thanks for going goal line to goal line with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Time to take a break here in the Cox Ford Training Camp Show. We'll be right back.
Our daddy works hard for the injured because he cares and wants to help people. If you've been injured, call the Brander Law Firm. Non-attorney spokesperson.
For over 4 decades, Aero Fence has provided top quality fencing, gates, and service. Not only specializing in all types of fencing, Aero Fence offers automated gates and controls. With an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, Aero Fence is fully licensed and insured. For a free estimate, log on to our website or call today.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us. Why are you a member?
A tremendous amount of life happens in 50 years. During this past half century, the Royal Automotive family dedicated our time to ensure a positive impact on everyone with whom we've come in contact. Our team, their families, our community, and the customers we serve. Royal is proud to celebrate 50 years in business. A heartfelt thank you goes out to all our customers, past and present. As we begin another 50 years, Royal Honda will continue to earn the phrase, the dealership that's different.
Going to do another segment each night here in the Cox Ford Training Camp show called Guest Analyst. An area media member, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, even as we do tonight down the bayou. We'll offer up them a little bit of airtime, if you will. Let them talk about their respective media and what they think about the Saints, LSU, etc. First up, a guy who's been broadcasting for a long time down the bayou, actually the voice of South Lafourche, has done a ton of high school games, and now with the 100.3 FM gaining the ESPN affiliation in New Orleans, a lot more people are able to hear our guest analyst tonight, Ken Friedlander.
Hi, I'm Ken Friedlander, co-host with Chad Laborde on the Game Plan ESPN 100.3 FM in New Orleans. I've been in broadcasting since 1982. I've broadcast approximately 270 high school football games, probably a similar number of high school basketball games, a couple of high school football championship games from the then Louisiana Superdome, and probably 8 or 10 state basketball titles as well. One of my fondest memories is covering some of Tommy Hodson's games at Central Lafourche, Ryan Perilou as well when he was at East St. John High School. I see the Tigers needing to answer the bell right away at the quarterback position. These are two unproven, untested entities. Some of the other SEC teams will be facing similar situations. Fortunately, there's a very strong rushing attack, some unproven new entities at the wide receiver, but I think they're going to step up quickly. Brandon Cooks at wide receiver has really led the way with this wide receiving corps. Is this Fisher cut bait time for Mark Ingram? I think he really got better last season, believe it or not, but people remember his a fumble here and there or a drop pass, but he had a pretty good yard per carry average last season, almost to 5 yards a carry. And Kyrie Robinson and Travaris Cadet, I think we're going to have a heck of a rushing attack. It'll be a great balance on offense. Just remember ESPN 100.3 FM or .com. You can't go wrong with that. We have a good time, Chad Laborde and Ken Friedlander. It's a blessing to be with ESPN, the worldwide leader.
Ken, thanks so much, and we'll hear from his partner, Chad Laborde, later in the week. Again, thanks so much for watching. It's the debut edition of the Cox Ford Training Camp show. We're going to do it all through the month of August, Monday through Friday, a 30-minute show on Cox 4 in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette. More on those Raging Cajuns and Tulane coming up later in the week, but for now, that's all. I'm Eric Ritchie. Thanks so much for watching. Good night, everybody.